Fire amp, fire boost, meter. Dang. Poof done. My eyes were too focused on the spells. My picture on the wall up here just looked like it started moving on the wall. Yeah. There's a reason your child at the age of 11 should not be playing this game. Let me show you. Ragidai, Meteorahan, Repel Light. Man. This is taking way too long. But we're so close. I spent 3.5 hours trying to get the spells. I can't just settle for less now. That would have been a waste. I'd be disappointed in me. You know? Fire amp, fire boost. Dang it! No fire spell though. Fire amp, no ice. Ragnarok, media. Let's see. Fire boost, fire amp. But dang it. I don't know if middle schoolers should be playing Persona. Not whenever they first are hitting puberty and hormones and stuff. This game might make some of them crazy. Ragnarok, Maragidine, Meteorahan. Where's my fire amp, man? That would have been perfect. Ah. Dang it. Come on, game. Help me out. Yeah, I think it's based on societies. For this society, I don't think middle schoolers should play it, honestly. Okay, dang it. Fire amp, Meteorahan. Fire boost, fire amp. I mean, that's not to say some kids aren't mature enough to handle it. I just think overall, they probably shouldn't. They keep giving me almost. Okay. Come on. Seriously. Help a dude out a little bit. I would like to play with Sibylle, not just look at her all day. Because the hula hoop thing is really weird. I don't get it. Fire boost, Ragnarok. Yeah, it is about, I don't know. Fire amp, Agidine. Whoops. That is Loki. Whoops. You sure you don't want to make a Atropos? I'm good, man. I'm good. Which access derives Persona from? I don't think it's a big deal. More concerned over violence. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think it's more the content in the game rather than the looks of the personas. It's like, then again, I don't know anything about Persona Q. I don't know how they summon their personas. Don't want to know, don't tell me. But if it's anything like this, if they summon them the same way, I don't think teenagers should play a game like that. Not in this society with so much like cyberbullying and, you know, being picked on at school and all the social media stuff and everything that goes on in their brains. Seeing how they summon personas, I think is kind of a bad idea for them. But if they summon them differently from here, then it's probably fine. Come on. Please. RNG gods. Give me what I need. If only App Pupil was Fire Amp, that would be perfect. Give. I just want. Wait, what? Ragnarok. Dang it! Oh, we're not talking about. I mean, if they're looking at that kind of stuff on the internet where they're using guns, then they're looking at some stuff that's way beyond most adults. Like, I don't think we're talking about the looks of the personas. Yeah. That's what we were addressing. Well, I mean, imagine a lot of kids who were like bullied or enter social media and they deal with stress and drama, or even in school in real life or with their family and stuff. Typically, most of them, what they do is they end up like going into some sort of fantasy virtual world or something like that, where they shut themselves off or get into books and stuff. And the stuff they get into gradually gets darker the farther they go down a certain path. Playing a game that portrays them having to use a weapon pointed at their head to summon a creature that lets them represent their inner self and tackle their demons could be misinterpreted really bad if they're in a lower mind state. And that could lead to bad outcomes. So, I mean, yeah, you have to discern between reality and fiction, but once people get in those cycles, it's not necessarily the greatest. And so I think the rating for that, in that circumstance, I can understand it, and I don't think teenagers should play it if they're going. I don't think it should be made for that age of teenagers. I think a mature rating is okay in our society because there's so much of that. I mean, I do agree some people have a better maturity and they can separate that, and that's fine. But I think the general consistency of society, I don't think it's the greatest idea. I mean, everybody's gonna have their own maturity level and what they can handle. But I don't know if it's the best thing to have. I mean, Japan is a different society than us, which is why they can do that. as opposed to, you know, some other things. Like, there's things out here we can have that they can't have there. I think our generation is going to be better at making sure our kids don't play mature games. I was playing Resident Evil as a young child without my parents knowing a thing, and it scared the crap out of me. Honestly, I think it's going to be worse, unfortunately. You'd be like, I played that when I was younger and it was fine. I think every society gets more lax. That's what it seems anyway. Through my psychological studies and research, it seems like every society gets more and more lax. I feel like I should take this. Someone who just lost a friend about a month ago. Suicide that hits hard, seeing as he was constantly writing darker and darker poetry. I'm sorry to hear that, Rev. I did not mean to bring up deep wounded things. But yeah. That is also part of what my whole stream is. I want my stream to be a place where people who are dealing with that can come in and relax and not worry about that stuff, and that, you know they can talk to me to get that out of their chest so they don't have to hold that in, and I can help them with that, So that's one of the things I like to do in my stream, which I guess by that measure I probably shouldn't play this game, but so it's interesting, but yeah. I don't really need. I'm not weak to light. Do I want to keep trying to go to get like Meteor Raham? I mean, Maragidine. Like the perfect thing would to be to have Fire Amp, Meteor Rahan, Ragnarok, and App Pupil. But I guess if she learns Megidola, then I don't need Maragidine, because then she has an AoE spell. So I don't need that. Then if I learn Spellmaster, then it's only 15. I think it's only 15 for a Ragnarok anyway. So that's cheap. That's like Agidine. Except, stronger for a little bit more SP. And then I still have the extra crit from App Pupil if I just fight something physically. So. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take it. She's looking at me, she's like, take it. You know you want to take that. Don't play around. You know you want to take that spell. You know you won't have Pupil. I don't know if I won't have Pupil, but I think I'm gonna take it. Because I'm tired of doing this. Whenever someone tells me something that big, I'm not sure what's appropriate to say. What up, Regazozo? He's awake tonight. Hey, Chidoru. Does she learn any fire spells? If not, Fire Amp is useless without Maragidine. No, Fire Amp works with Ragnarok. Ragnarok's a fire spell. I am Sibylle, and I am yours. You're darn tootin' your mind now. It took me forever to get you. What's with the hula hoops? So weird. Alright. So we got our Sibylle. What does this dude do? Oh, you're terrible. Alright, let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you right now. Oh, hey, I can make another Sibylle. That's worse. Too bad you can't have two of the same one. That'd be good. I already have a Loki. What are you? Oh, hey. I don't want that. So wait, hold on. I can make you with Loki. What was it? Lakshmi and Neveros. Ignore you? Oh no, you're fine. No worries. You needed to get back to Soul Hackers. What's Soul Hackers? Bufudine, my Bufula. I don't want that. Can I get like some wind spells from you? Something. Okay. There's so much to follow in this game. It really is. It's pretty crazy. Susano. Hi there. I should wait a level and get Susano. With Kambunda, Lakshmi, and Atropos. So, I take Neberos and Loki. I can make Siegfried? What's Siegfried? Oh yeah, you. I don't like you. And I don't want Siegfried. I can make Chernobog. I don't need to make you. Another SMT spinoff. Ah. What the heck is this? Skathak. Who are you? I've never had you before. You're strong against a lot of stuff except fire. I like that. You know what? I'll take you. It's fine. I don't need Susano. I don't care. That's alright. There's a lot of JRPGs I've not heard of yet that I would like to. Okay, I thought she didn't have legs for a second. I will be your shining blade. You don't have a sword though, lady. Hi, Skatak. How do you even pronounce that? I don't dare. It's just curious. I can make Abaddon. That's cool. I don't really need Abaddon. Because he's kind of garbage. Honestly. In my humble opinion. Oh, hi there. Mabufula. No charm. Wind boost. He has wind boost but no wind spell. What? Have I played Xenogears? I played like 5 minutes of it once. I don't remember it at all. The PS2 is an amazing piece of equipment. Koryo! I want to fuse... Let's see what two-way fusions do. I just want to clear up some space. Another cert? I don't want cert. This game really wants me to have Siegfried. Really wants me to have Siegfried. I'm not going to make Siegfried with Skathak. I don't have the systems to play Persona 5, unfortunately. And I've never even played Persona 4 yet either, so... While I would love to, it's going to be a while before I can. I will. I hope to own every game with the Atlas, NIS America, and Axis name on it and play them on stream. That will be a thing. It's just going to take some time. Oops. To gather them all. You know. So is that Odin? I probably should keep Odin. Hariti. I can't do anything with you guys. I don't make anything cool. Where's the like super powerful, oh crap, what is this thing? Kind of stuff, you know? I guess I could just make Koryu. It's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just make random stuff now. You're in for a treat with Persona 4, my man. Yeah? I don't know exactly when I'll play though. Hey, it's Shinlong! Koryu! That is quite the goal. I really like those kinds of games. I mean, yeah, I have to buy all of those in addition to all the systems for all of them, in addition to all the other games that aren't JRPGs that I want to own. So, yeah. It'll be fun watching me play Persona 4. I think a lot of people will like that. I want to give y'all what you want to see, you know? Well, I can't get rid of Titania because she's our ice queen. He's our lightning dude. pretty boss lightning dude at that too, because he has... No, he doesn't. Never mind. Just kidding. He is our... He's useless. He's got our Trofooty skill, but and no win, but that's really it. I don't need Hellbiker anymore because I got Sibylle. Can y'all make anything cool? These three can make Susano. That would be an interesting Susano. Alright, Archaic, sleep well, dude. Thank you for popping in and hanging out as always. Okay, so when I hit 76, I'll use them to make Susano. I'll make these two to... I'll have these two make Thor really fast, because why not? I'm not using them for anything else at the moment. So Thor always holds an item. That's interesting. But I'm not going to level him up to get it, so I don't care. As much as I'm looking forward to a P4 stream, I really appreciate you streaming The Answer. Most people skip it, and I think they're missing out. Oh yeah, man, I had to. I saw it was there. Like, I don't leave stories incomplete. I can't do it. So I see it. I gotta go for it. Gotta go with it. Gotta make it happen. Get it poppin', you know. What am I gonna do with Thor? Gonna do anything with you? Ew. No, I can't. Don't want to. I wonder what Odin, Thor, and Loki would make. What do they make? Horus. He is a light monster. No. Okay, let's get out of here. We got what we needed. Now we can actually progress through the game again. I'm sorry, guys and gals. That took forever. But here we are. Here we are. That's all you get for free. Doom, doom. Okay. So now we got some items. We got our Sibylle. We're gonna be blowing up all kinds of mana until we learn Spellmaster, but that's okay. That is A-okay. If I need an AoE fire spell, I always have Hellbiker for now. That took 35 minutes. But we got her. No, don't. This is why we save a lot, because I do stupid stuff like this. That was ridiculous. I just wanted to look at what he had. I was going through the menu to see what skills he had, and I accidentally pushed square instead of X for his details. And I was trying to get out of the menu, but in my panic of seeing that it was going to dismiss, I accidentally dismissed him. So I had to reload it. We're good. He's still in there. He's still in there. Look, he's still in there doing his thing. I hit panic mode and that was it. Alright. So, we got our lightning boss. He's just pointless. There's no point for him at all. He's our Trofooty holder. She's our ice queen. And she is just the best. That's it. She's the best. A lightning god. If I didn't save I would have cried. Probably would have cried. Many, many tears. I'd be in pain. I just quit the game. Like, you know what? I don't need to know what the answer is. I'll keep just asking the questions over and over and over. Okay. Because I either would have had to sack him or go all the way back 3 hours ago to when I first finished beating the last boss and do all this again. Yeah, I'll just put the YouTube on the stream. It's fine. We could just talk about it and laugh and see what happens, and I'll complain because they're using Junpei. You know. Yeah, I'll be mad that they're using buffs even though that makes them kill the bosses faster. I'll just say they're wimps. Alright, now let's actually like do some progress, because we're strong enough that some of these guys are wimping out on us. Whoa, except for you. Alright, let's give Sibylle a test drive. I completely shot to the right and the bullet arced to the left. That was weird. I don't want to fight you though, so we're gonna leave. Bye. Okay, I guess it's just a rare few mobs that are fully scared. No, he's scared.
There are 2 of them, and they're shook
He
up.
too scared.
You won't escape. One enemy left. You're unworthy of my power.
What? Odin has leveled up. I wish he had more clothes on. I don't like the way they designed this Odin.
There's one enemy.
Honestly.
Attack.
He looks too impish.
Four dazed enemies. Now's the time.
Now's the time.
You won't escape. 3 enemies left.
Japanese Odin is fabulous.
Firing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just 2 more to go.
Why wouldn't you just use Mabufudan?
Don't leave the job unfinished.
She's like, I'm not wasting my SP when she can do it too.
My will is the source of my power.
Okay. Everybody's showing off now. Like, you got all kinds of cool stuff. We're cool too. We don't have Sibylles and all that, but we can do some things.
I must protect my sister.
Alright, what do I want? XP, I guess. Always XP. $2,500, not bad. Considering where we at now. No.
There's one enemy.
I don't want to fight you. Oh wait, I should probably pay attention to what items I have equipped now. So she is strong to lightning and strong to fire. Nulls, dark. I should have not the lightning gloves. I could do the Black God's Rock, nullify some slash damage. That's probably pretty good. Charm prevention would be really great too, but I don't want that. Alicorn would be alright. Higher chance to counter any physical attack, so is that like a chance for like high counter? I'll use that. What does she have? Yeah, I need to see something. I have wind. You know what? I'm just gonna give you the lightning gloves. Let's give you some full immunity to stuff. I don't want that item that bad. I really gotta stop drinking smoothies so much so late at night. I think that's what makes my throat fade away so quick. Just need to drink some like tea and orange juice and stuff. What?
There are 2 enemies. Firing!
There are some enemies. But I love smoothies too much, man. I drink smoothies like water if I could. Like, you know, if I were a billionaire, I would just have I would have a special sink that when you turn it on, it just shoots out just smoothie. Gotta go soon. Alright. That's not late. That's totally late, man. 1:40 in the morning. That's pretty late. I mean, I don't sleep much, but I would consider it late still. Run. Alright. I thought Mitsuru was the enemy. Kugelbein! Hey, is that for me? Please give me the Kugelbein. It is, but it's not as good. Evade electricity high. You know what? I could have used those a long time ago. Thanks, game. Appreciate it.
There are 2 enemies.
Your boyfriend goes to work at 4 a.m., so staying up till 1:40 would be late. Yeah, that would probably be a little bit late for him. Not too much, though, you know? Just a little bit.
Nice shot. The enemy is off balance now. You won't escape.
I won't lose. I've been waiting for this.
Kids these days. They don't know that struggle of using a Game Boy and a flashlight under the bed. Heck, not even a Game Boy sometimes. Sometimes it's those little, y'all know those like super cheap little handheld, the little super cheap handhelds they had back in the days. You know, like the little Lion King or the X-Men game where it's just like the super horrible, really tiny black little thing. It wasn't even full motion. It just kind of like and it made like all the random beeps, and it took you forever to get the noise to go off. And it had like 4 levels. Yeah, playing that with a flashlight under your bed when you're supposed to be sleeping. That's the real struggle. That's the real struggle right there. Hey RPG Me, just want to say glad I found you, great stream, excited to follow. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. I am trying to do this for a living, so if you're enjoying this, I gladly invite you to feel free to spread me around to everyone you know and love, and have them check me out as well. Kind of like Game & Watch, kind of like that. Yes, super old school. You know, that was the stuff I had. I got in a fight with a kid in my apartment complex one time because I had one of those. It was the Lion King one, and my little cousin was playing it. He was a baby. He was like 2. We were at the arcade, or not the arcade, at the park and the playground in the apartments, and he stole it from him. And I went and I snatched it back from him, and we ended up getting in a fight. And he got his older brother to try to come after me. and his older brother brought a bat. His older brother's like 3 years older than me, and he brought a bat to try to fight me. And so I jumped in the monkey bar cage. So it's like the big dome that looks like monkey bars and stuff. Like right when he swung, we're gonna die because we got hit. And
A surprise attack. There's only one.
so he dropped the bat and I got it and I hit him in the back. And he threw up on me. And he ran home to tell his dad. So I ran home to tell my older cousin, which was my little cousin's dad. And so he went over there and pounded on the door, and they didn't want to open the door for like 10 minutes, and my cousin still just kept pounding and pounding and pounding on the door. And they finally opened it, and my cousin was yelling at him for a while. And then the dad said it's okay, he's going to take care of it. And then like 2 weeks later, they moved. They just straight up moved. Same goes for me. You enjoy my stream a lot. Appreciate that, Mr. Tom Jeremy. I remember my parents took them away because I stayed up too late, so I started reading books. There you go. They can't blame you for that. You're learning at that point. The last one of those I got was Mario Cement Factory. I've never heard of that one. I want to play it now. Whoops. I'm paying attention to the chat. I keep getting hit. Oh, he could kill us. Lion King was worth it. And it's funny because I had never beaten it after that.
I'll scan the target.
I don't even remember what happened to it. I think I just let my little cousin have it. I wish all my childhood enemies just moved away. Yeah, he was annoying, but that's because I beat up the younger kid, and the older kid I hit more than once with the bat. So it was yeah. I don't fight because of the fact that I'm scared of what I would do to people. It's not me being afraid to fight. And my cousin even said that when I got older. He was like, I remember that was the only fight I remember you ever getting in. Any other time when like people would see that I'm mad, they would just leave me alone. And he's like, I would hate to see what you would do to somebody if they really made you mad to this day. Like, yeah, you probably would hate to see what happens. Hey, he came at me first. It was just, you know. He shouldn't have brought it. He could have brought it to the square.
I let my guard down.
And he was 3 years older than me. I was scared. He dropped the bat. I was like, oh, it's my turn.
Just one enemy left.
Okay, let's just kill this guy. It's taking us forever to kill this thing. We're just gonna start running from him in the future.
My will is unfair.
Well, I just used it because I didn't want him to grab it again. And I was really mad. Like, I was really mad. I was mad that I had to fight one guy and then he lost the fight and had to go get his older brother, who saw fit to bring a bat to fight me when I was just trying to get him, because he snatched the game from a little cousin. He just like walked up and snatched it from him. So it's like they were all in the wrong in the first place. So I was really pissed, and I lost control. But that's why I don't fight now, because I don't want that to happen. I don't want to snap somebody's stuff up really bad.
There's one enemy.
I mean, this day, like I probably still would pick up a bat if somebody came at me with it. If you come at me with a weapon, you better be prepared for me to hold it too. So, yeah, these floors are huge. That's just my first rule. I mean, now at the age I am, I'm more aware of everything, and I probably wouldn't need it. And I can talk most people down. People say I'm very intimidating in person anyway, if I get angry. So, you know. And it also depends on how many people are trying to fight me. Like if somebody brings a bat and there's like 4 guys coming at me, oh, you best believe I'm using that bat. No, that's just okay. I thought that was somebody coming to get me. That was just a normal thing. But if it's just like one-on-one and I can get the bat away from the person, yeah, I'm not gonna use it.
There are 2
Yeah, you
enemies.
never want to fight unless you can avoid it.
Firing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it can be easy enough to like calm somebody down, even if you just take the blame, even if you know you're not, even if you know you weren't in the wrong, even if they were in the wrong. Sometimes just taking the blame just to let it go is fine, and you should do that. But if you have no choice, beat that ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you got to do what you got to do to protect yourself. So, of course, the first chance you have to get away, do so. Don't like stay in there, because then that's you're just as wrong as they are. But you know, it's situational.
There's one.
I remember
enemy.
this kid that because he saw me angry one time, he was scared of me. I felt sorry for him. Most of the time, they leave me alone if I'm angry. Yeah. Most people knew not to really mess with me. I think most people didn't mess with me just because, like, when I had gotten in that fight, I lived in a different city just because we moved around a lot. And so when we went to the city I spent most of my time growing up in, like, they never really saw me in a fight. And they never really saw me get mad either. I was always the guy who laughed a lot and had fun with everyone, just kind of like I am now, you know. It didn't really change much. And so for some reason they were intimidated to make me mad and have me get in a fight. And so nobody really messed with
There
me
are 2 enemies.
until this one freshman. This one freshman in high school when I was a senior. He was like 6'6", really feeling himself, and he tried to shoulder check me when we were walking down the hall. I was walking on the right side of the hall, and he was just walking through the middle, just kind of shoving people out of the way. And I saw him coming, and so I kind of scooted out of the way, and he looked at me, and he kind of got in my way. And I couldn't really go over more because there was people here in the lockers. And so he like shoulder checked me and knocked my backpack off my shoulders, and had this smirk on his face. And I dropped my backpack and I chased him around the school. And everybody was shocked. And they all thought I was gonna kill this kid. And so he was ducking through, and people were trying to like grab me to stop me, to hold me back and stuff. And he took off outside, and I couldn't find him. And I never saw him again. And everybody was just like, yeah, don't mess with him. Because it's just like, I moved out of your way. You're being stupid, trying to get in everybody's way, and you purposely shoulder check me and knock my backpack off my bag? Nah, I'm not gonna just take that one. And plus, I think I had a bad morning that morning, so I was kind of grumpy anyway. Because like usually I would just let that kind of stuff go. But I couldn't let that one go because he was shoving other people too. So it wasn't just me. He was being a jerk to a lot of people. And so that made me mad in the first place after already being upset. And then he shoulder checked me, and so it all just compounded. And I stopped and I stood there, and I almost let it go. And then I got really mad, and everybody was like looking at me, and I took off after him. And somebody alerted him, and he saw me. And he had like the fear of God in his eyes and took off. It was awesome. I'm not from Oregon. I lived in Oregon. I'm from Texas. I was born and raised in the Houston area. I've lived in Arizona, California, Palm Springs area. Oregon, now here. Japan for a year, study abroad. So, yeah. But I've gone through California. So I've seen I've seen the southern areas of California, but I've never. Yeah, let's do that because I didn't even pay attention. But I've never stopped in Humboldt. Who is all these? I don't want any of them. Something's about to happen to Growth 2. Will you let it happen? Yeah, I'll let it happen. Fine. Changed into Evade Wind. Meh. It could have been worse, I guess. You live in Michigan. I've never been to Michigan. Never been anywhere farther east than Louisiana. Dang it. I keep getting hit by these boss enemies and it's making me mad. And it's Tetracon. We're just gonna run from this one. I remember that whenever I got in a fight, I don't know why, but I would panic at the end and cry. But after 6th grade, I would just shake my leg a lot. Oh, you got used to the adrenaline at that point.
I don't think you can get away.
Oh, I'm getting away. Not doing this fight. Alright, let's get out of here.
There are 3 enemies left.
You live in Indiana. I had a friend who lived in Indiana. I think there was a drum corps in Indiana I was thinking about joining. Isn't it the I don't remember. The Blue Devils, the drum corps, Blue Devils drum corps, they're not in Indiana, are they? Or are they? I can't remember. No, I'm not playing it as soon as I beat it. I'm gonna
There are 3 enemies. Be careful.
give everyone a break from I'm gonna give everyone a break from Persona for like a week or so. And I don't know exactly what I'm gonna play next. I never know what I'm gonna play next until I play it, so I kinda wanna pick up some of the other RPGs I was playing before that I stopped playing. And so I need to start over because I don't like having to complete games. So I'll play Persona 4. I'm just not exactly sure when it'll be. Which I know that means some of y'all will leave me. And that's okay. Because a lot of people left me when I started playing Persona, which is also okay. You know, people go where the games they want to see is. And for me, I know my channel is going to be hard to grow with most of my games being JRPGs. And with that, people will come in who have nostalgic attachments to those JRPGs, but once it's done, they'll go somewhere else. So, the channel will have its ups and downs, but that's okay.
Be careful.
Yeah, I want to get 1 and 2 also. I need to get a PlayStation 1 again. When Rebirth comes out, I'm definitely going to be playing that. So whatever I'm playing, it's going to be put on hold, so I can play that. That's for sure.
There are 3 enemies. Be careful. You won't escape. Nice.
Ooh.
All right, good job.
You won't escape. 2 enemies left. Metis defeated an enemy.
Sure did.
That's the last one.
I failed to finish it off.
Are you going to attempt to get into any Balls of Steel tournaments with Rebirth? I don't know. The problem with that is I didn't even see where that was. Dang it. The problem with that is until I can make a living off my stream, I have to find work. and I don't know what my work schedule is gonna be because I'm still searching. So I can't make any promises. Like, I want to be good enough to win tournaments, but I can't promise that I can be in them because I don't know what my work schedule would be, and I don't want to join and then have to get out. I would feel terrible. So if I can get to a point to do so and I can manage it, yeah, I would love to do Boiler and Balls of Steel.
Did you see that, Shinji?
Well, thankfully I don't play this game as a dating sim, so I don't like it for that. I like it because of the story. I use the dating sim only to make my persona stronger. That's weird. Please be careful. This floor has more enemies than usual. Oh yeah, give me that money. As long as it's all gold enemies, that's fine. No, come on, man. That's why most of them avoid the answer and just YouTube it. Oh, well, that means a lot of people watch this on my YouTube then, huh? I'm gonna have to make a YouTube specifically for the answer. Alright, Ranger. I'll be on tomorrow, for sure. I try to stream every single day. Because you kind of have to now. I got to have that consistency, yo. They're all golden, which means the Reaper's gonna come soon. No! Just want to sneak attack some.
I have a feeling that death is near.
She actually told me that this time. Well, I'm trying to find the way out, actually, so...
A surprise attack.
I would have loved to kill all of them, but... Well, a crit for 175, wow, that's weird.
That was a perfect victory.
Usually it's for like 1,000 or 2,000 or something stupid. Where is the exit? That is not the exit. This sucks.
A surprise attack.
I don't want to get caught by the Reaper right now. See, there we go. 2678.
Good job.
Hurry. Oops. That's interesting. Before, she could never sense them. And if she did, she never told me. But now she's actually telling me. That's pretty interesting. I actually kind of liked it a little better when she didn't tell me. Just because it was just a random, oh snap, I hear chains, he's here, that's weird. You know, that's kind of cool.
There are 2 enemies. You won't escape.
Ooh, that app pupil is actually kicking in quite often.
You won't escape.
I like it.
KO.
KO.
I've been waiting for this.
I love how that thing still just like bounces its foot slowly, even though it's knocked upside down. It's like, oh, it's fine. Nothing bad can come of this. I'll just lay down. Ouch. A diamond. What were the diamonds for? I can't remember.
There's 1 enemy, and it's rattled.
It's rattled. Get him. Kill him. KO.
I've been waiting for this. Did you see that, Shinji?
Money. 1, 4. Sure. Sibylle leveled up from that? Okay. I'll take it. Megidola! Yay. Alright. What's Aromasuku? Whatever. Oh, is that defense? Masuku Kasha? No.
There's one enemy.
So I wonder if our agility stat plays a role into our ability to run away. Baby, baby.
There are 2 enemies. You won't escape.
Masuku Kasha. Evasion. Oh, okay, so that's what the Masuku is. So we have a higher evasion chance? That doesn't count.
Good call.
Senpai defeated an
Last
enemy.
one. Don't let your guard.
I couldn't finish it off.
You won't
Finish it.
escape.
Do it myself.
That was amazing.
No. I don't know why I'm so bad at this now.
Watch out. There are 4 enemies.
No.
You won't escape. Out of my way.
Don't leave the job unfinished.
Be gone.
Amazing as always.
Why would you do that?
Out of my way. 3 enemies left.
Don't leave them none. They don't need to have none.
2 enemies to go. Keep going.
Why?
1 enemy to go. Last one.
I don't... I mean, yeah, this worked and all, but
I've been waiting for this.
we could have been done already. And what if they would have missed?
Did you see that, Shinji?
Yeah, level 76. We can make Susano if we please. Yeah, their AI is crazy. Mitsuru's is pretty bad.
My skills have improved.
Hi. Run, guys. Oh, that's not the right way. Okay. These floors are massive. It's ridiculous. They are so huge. Okay. Let's try this way. Okay. Not that way either. Alright, Mr. Tom and Jeremy, have a good night, dude. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for coming in. My words are all slurring together now because it's almost 3 a.m. Have a good one, man. Oh, hey.
I wonder if that thing is showing itself to lure us in. Then there is something we're supposed to see, further into the abyss of time.
I wonder. What is it? Alright, well, let's save. And then let's see what kind of boss we're fighting. We have no SP, really. Which is bad. Maybe Oracle could help us. Let's give it a shot. I like going in and they're not fully healed up just to kind of feel out the boss and see what's up. See what's going on. I just want to get a sneak peek real quick. Are you ready? Yeah. I feel like Fuuka's voice changes, like she had different voice actors. Because some days her voice sounds really kiddie, and other times it sounds like she's 5 years older. Oh my goodness. Whoa, what? He just stood there that time. He was just like, I think even he felt bad for me for a second. He stood there and he's like, I really want that for them. Alright.
I think even if we don't chase that figure, we'll meet it in the deepest part of this place. We're getting close. Let's keep moving forward.
Okay.
Enemy shadows incoming.
Oh boy. So I guess we have to scan it all because the AI, our characters, will know exactly what to do, even though I will have no idea, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Oh, well then, that's good to know. Premonition, so they can dodge pretty well. Oh, okay.
Senpai is unconscious.
Huh.
Still alive.
Uh-oh. We all can crit now.
Someone
Oh boy. I want Slash. What up, Haku? Thank you for that host, man. How you doing, dude? Boronic man. And the raid. I appreciate it.
Give me a sec.
I
I'll
am.
scan the target.
Hey, Rev Ricky. What's going on, y'all?
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
So didn't work on him. Hey, Beans Fury. Hey, Arc Space. Hola, son. What's good, yo?
Can't let my guard down.
Uh-oh. That's bad.
Don't overdo it.
This is a great game. Sarukaja. Uh-oh, that's bad. Horrible Blade. Ooh. Okay. So I'm gonna have to. I have a slash item, I think. Thank you for that love, Haku, for sure. I really appreciate it.
Give me a
Guess
sec.
we scan
I'll
you.
scan the target.
Then I guess I. Samadakarm.
I need your help. Here.
Hope I live, and then I heal us.
Akihiko Senpai is in trouble.
I command thee!
You remember this fight? It's not luck BS like the last one. It takes strategy. Yeah, I'm noticing that. I like it already. You know, we came in a little handicap, obviously, but it's all good. Still digging it. Let's be risky.
Oracle, standing by.
Oracle, standing by. Oh, Oracle. I don't know how I feel about you. So, what did they have? I can't tell. I don't remember if they're attacks or strikes or slashes. I feel like Thor. Yeah, I have Thor even though I don't really need him anymore. Thor's gonna be good, or Chernobog or whatever would be good. Because it's null slash. Why does he? He's already null to slash. Why did he learn null slash? That's stupid. Alright. What am I gonna do? Shoot in the face.
I'm ready. Invoking Oracle.
Fuka, please. Don't troll me with those eyes. Thank you. That's why I didn't heal. I thought about it and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna trust in Fuka. I believe in her. Here we go. Knock him down. No, don't do that again.
It's still alive.
That's okay. That's okay though. Uh-oh.
I command thee.
Okay. That's fine. So he blocks fire or drains fire or whatever. I want to kill that one back there. I cast Bufo on things I shouldn't. You always have the weirdest emojis. I love it. It's so good. Alright, I'll focus on this back one here. Y'all focus on that other one there. And we got this. Need some Mabufu. No. Poison arrow, so that's Pierce. She's gonna die again.
It's still alive.
No, what is that? Oh, okay. I was like, what is revolution?
This ends now.
Oh, this is bad. Is everyone scanned? Okay.
I need your help.
Kill him. He's almost dead. Please kill him. Brave Blade. No.
Someone help Metis.
Don't do this to me.
Don't overdo it.
Oh, we're dead. What? What is Makata Karn?
Help Metis.
Hang in there.
I don't have any more attack mirrors. Normally start at 10 p.m. West Coast time. That's my latest start time. I typically start an hour to half an hour early-ish if possible. So definitely got to follow that Twitter so you know for sure. But yeah, that's when people usually start rolling in. Oh man, I need to have her dispel that. Hopefully she'll do that. I'm gonna use the disc poison on her, and then hopefully she'll use Dekaja on them to take that away. No. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, now.
Crit again, please. That'd be great. We got one.
I couldn't finish it off.
Meteorama. Okay, that's fine. Don't hit me. Ow.
This ends now.
Meteorahan.
I need your help.
Let's see. No, hit the one in the back. Hit the one in the back. He's closer to death, man.
Go, Akihiko.
What are you doing?
Alive.
Why are you draining their spirit? It's not gonna do anything. Why do you have the worst AI ever created? This is so bad. It's so bad. Magidola. I could use that, but I'm just gonna regular attack. He's almost dead. Maybe if I hit it first, they will like lead the way. Oh, I should have. Should be okay. Please just hit the one in the back. Why? Why do you hate me, game? Okay, do y'all want me to go after the healer? I was gonna go after him last, but... What are you doing, lady? Why? I don't understand you. Okay, we'll go after the healer since that's what you...
I couldn't finish it off.
Hang in there.
You won't escape. I thought that would do it.
I couldn't finish it off.
That enemy is quite fast.
Firing. Persona.
There we go.
Keep going.
Keep going. Metis, this fight was made for you.
Last one.
I'm all out of options.
Punch the thing! Oh, why are you still spirit draining when you're almost dead? I don't understand you. You make no sense to me.
Persona.
Maybe y'all's attacks don't work, maybe strike don't work. I just have to be the one to hit it in the face. Yeah, I guess so.
Waiting is part of my strategy.
That is not fair that they get to know what's going on and I don't. I want to see what they see. Is that why she keeps spirit draining them? Can't you just like use anything ever? It's up to me, huh? Okay. It's up to me.
Firing. Great choice.
The enemy's down. Let's finish them.
I guess you just leave it to me and I take care of it all. That's how we do. And nobody can take the last hit anyway, so it's almost my turn again and I'll just finish it. That's fine. I'm okay with this. Okay, what did I miss in the chat now? Don't cast any magic. Yeah, I wasn't going to. You can't take it away. Oh, you can't take away those Matarukaras? Really? If I cast a spell, it would go away. Money. I think the game just flipped you off. Yeah, it did. It totally did. Mitsuru's thinking next level? Next level strats by Mitsuru Senpai. I guess so. She's like, you know what? I'm just trying to make sure my SP is healed in case you don't want to heal and keep going. Because I see how you like to do that. Make us fight bosses with no SP. So I got to replenish myself. I respect that. That's fine. That boss fight was so much easier compared to the last one. Because I didn't have to rely on RNG with that stupid evade electricity and evade fire. It was a good fight. I didn't really feel worried. Yeah, let's go back and save. I'll be waiting for you. Good. We need to go to the Shin Shoku or whatever. Shin Shoku or Shinkoku or whatever. Antique store. Trade up some items. Trade them up, trade them up. Trade them up, trade them up. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Alright, McSpermy man. Thank you for coming out. Sleep well, dude. Hopefully I will see you online tomorrow. I thought I was gonna go get items and I completely ran back. Doom, doom, doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doom. Doom, doom, doom. Doo, 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 doo. Shin Shodo. That was way off. Shinkoku? Shinshoku? Whatever. Shush up, man. Do 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 do. Never felt like do 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 do. Make me feel me. Do 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 do. Oh, so I have to choose between homunculus attack or magic mirrors, huh? Well, homunculus are actually more important to me, so I'm gonna go with that. Let's see if Mr. Policeman has anything new. I needed to buy, no, he doesn't have anything new. Okay. I'll save my money since he doesn't have anything new. There we go. At least you get a lot of money in the answer so you can buy gear. Okay. I'm okay with that. Alright, so the Damascus Rapier we sell. Guy's Grace we sell. Dragon Fangs, yup. Yup. Metis, evade ice, high. I might give her those. There's no one to use for Igus, nah. Dalton sandals, unbelievably light pair of sandals, evade wind. Yeah, I'll keep those, that's fine. Alright. So we'll save our money until he gets the next wave of items. Then we can buy all of them at one time. So we should have about 3.5, hopefully, million. But then again, we're only gonna be able to buy like 4 or 5 things because everything's gonna be 500k a piece. What the heck is going on out there? It's like 2:30 in the morning. I can't tell if that's music or cars drag racing. It's gone now. Must have been a car. That's some crazy stuff being on the 4th floor. It's weird. Or I guess technically top floor. Alright, let's go back up in there. I got about half an hour or so, I think. Cause tomorrow's NFL day, and I gotta make sure I wake up in time to watch the NFL Sunday game day morning. You know? So I got to get my 5 hours of sleep in, so I can wake up at 8. Make sure my fantasy leagues are all lined up. No crazy injury reports last second. Be ready. Doom doom. Boom doom doom doom. Doom doom doom. Metis said the reason for all this has something to do with us. That, along with the figure that's appeared up ahead. Anyway, we'll reach the truth behind all this soon. Just keep going. Alrighty. Let's just keep going. She said keep going. That means no fighting. No touching nothing. It's just getting in and getting out. Grabbing this item for free. Hi. I was gonna wait until he wanted to move. It's fine. Okay. Not even gonna waste my time with those squealing dudes. Let's go this way. Or not. Let's go this way.
There's one enemy.
You won't escape. I command thee.
Why? Why? Just don't do anything outside of physically attacking, healing, or boo-foo. Please. Same with your sexy dance. Nobody wants to see a robot do a dance. There's nothing sexy about it. That's why it doesn't work on the
You
mobs.
won't escape.
Too stiff. Need more fluid hips. One, two. Goddess boots again. Okay. Siblu's leveled up. Awesome. I do need to get her leveled up so she can learn Spell Master. Yeah, I'm not gonna use myriad arrows. I'm already pierced anyway. Yeah, I gotta learn Spell Master though. I want Spell Master for the last boss. So if I get to the last boss and I haven't learned it yet, I'll have to load a other save and get it.
Enemies. Be careful.
Persona.
Enemy defeated.
Good one. I need your help.
Enemy down. One to go.
Oh, this is so
All right, good
strong.
job.
Persona.
Persona. I think somebody said I could wear the lower level fire boost ring, and that'll stack with fire amp. So that's something to think about. Level 77. Oh, I was supposed to make Susano while we were back in the dorm.
My skills have improved.
Confirmed by right on. Doom doom doom. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. This music's too slow. Hook us up with that good stuff, Fuka. I'm surprised Fuka hasn't been made a ghetto name yet. At least that I've heard of. Wow,
4 enemies. They seem
they are
rattled.
all rattled.
Enemy defeated.
They scared.
Damn you!
Akihiko Senpai defeated an enemy.
Go, Akihiko.
Damn you! Here's our chance.
No.
Okay.
KO.
Senpai defeated an enemy.
Be gone. The enemy's down. Let's finish them. You'll fall by my hand. You're unworthy of my time.
Okay. I don't like any of this, so I'm just gonna take Hariti back. Because she's good. Maybe I can fuse something funky with her. I can't wait to learn Spellmaster so I don't drain so much SP using Ragnarok. It's kind of garbage how expensive it is of a spell. Huh? That's weird. This floor has more enemies than usual. Oh no. The all skirt. How much XP does Sibylle need? Because I might fight some of these squealers just to get her maxed out. 22. I'll fight these ones and see how much they give me. Noise is so annoying.
There are 2 enemies.
You won't escape.
Oh, maybe he will. Yeah, I still have Odin. Wow.
Damn you! Here's our chance. Okay.
There's 1 enemy left.
That's the last
It's a good thing I have some Ottercarm now. Oh, I wish I had one. I wish some Ottercarm could be like a full party heal though. That'd be really good.
Persona!
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I still have Odin. I haven't done anything with him yet.
You're unworthy of my time.
Poor Metis. All dead and stuff. Shame be on you for dying. Don't be so weak to the thing. Yeah, I have Sibylle, Chernobog, or whatever his name is, Titania, Cert. I didn't even see how much XP I got. Not Cert, Hellbiker, Odin,
3 dazed enemies. This is our chance.
Parati,
Nice
some
shot.
snake
The enemy
dude.
is off balance now.
Forget his name.
You won't escape.
Damn you!
2 enemies left.
This ends now.
Oh hey, she used my Bufudine for once. That's weird.
True Senpai defeated an
Last
enemy.
one.
This is
Don't let your
awkward.
guard
She
down.
actually did something useful.
I must protect my sister.
23. Okay. How much for y'all?
4 dazed enemies. Now's the time.
3 more left.
I command thee.
No Bufudine here though, huh? Okay.
True Senpai defeated an enemy.
If you wanna do that for all of them, be my guest.
Yes, Mitsuru Senpai. Only 1
Good call.
enemy left.
Artemisia.
Artemisia.
My will is unfailing.
Again, I didn't pay attention to how much XP I'm getting. How much does she need? I guess I should just look at that. Yeah. Titania, Chernobog, Odin, Hellbikers, Sibylle, Thor, Gabriel, Raphael, Haditi. 13k? Oh, okay. We'll kill Squealers, because she's almost at 13k. I mean, she's almost at the level. So we'll just do it.
There are 3 enemies.
You won't escape.
1600? Oh, okay, thanks. Doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo,
There's 1 enemy
doo-doo.
left.
Last one. Don't let your guard
Doo,
down.
doo, doo, doo. Why would you use Brave Blade?
I thought that would do it.
You're unworthy of my time.
11? I guess I should have fought all the Squealers up in this area up to this point. She'd be leveled up already. That's my bad. I just thought she was gonna be weak. They were gonna be weak.
3 enemies. You've surprised them.
Firing!
I do wish Sibylle had Maragi dying.
Damn you!
That's okay.
You're on a roll!
12 SP Maragi dying? That'd be really good.
Enemy to go.
You done.
Jeez.
Unworthy of my time.
Destroy them then. Feel free.
My skill level has increased.
There's one
Firing.
enemy.
God's hand. This is pretty weak.
I couldn't finish it off.
Keep your filthy hands off my sister!
I don't know why, but to me it looks like Metis' axe is just really flat, like paper thin. And more so than her other weapons.
2 enemies. You've surprised them.
Firing!
One more!
One hit KO.
Firing!
Sniper shot. I would say we're
Did you
kind of
see that,
strong.
Shinji?
Just a little bit. 845. We should be about 8k away. Yeah.
Three enemies. They all
Firing.
seem agitated.
You've improved. Firing!
Enemy
Dang.
defeated.
Good one! Firing!
Wrecked him.
Did you see that, Shinji?
I'm pretty sure Shinji would be proud. This is almost kind of sad how wrong we're doing these people.
What a skip.
Damn you!
There's one enemy left.
Here's our chance. It's still alive.
You might as well have got that
You're unworthy of
last
my
sliver health. Okay, there we go. Now she's learned Spellmaster. Now I can avoid the rest of the fights. And we in there. Now what do I give up? I mean, I feel like that might come in handy. I don't really necessarily probably need App Pupil. I don't remember what Maraku Kaja does. It's probably good. Or at least useful. But I don't want it. Something's about to happen to Megidola. Yeah, sure. Let's live on the edge. Absorb strike. Okay, I'll take that. I like that. I will accept an absorb strike. Because then, that means if I really need to, I could use like a pierce repellent or something like that. If I needed to swap things around. I wonder what's in store. Everything will be revealed soon, but the closer we get to that, the more nervous I am. I feel like this won't end so easily. Sorry. I shouldn't be saying such things when we're almost there. Even if something does happen, I think we'll be okay. Thanks for all your hard work, Igus. You've become an amazing leader. Just a little more. You can do it. Give it all you have. Increases party's attacks? Oh, no wonder we were hit so hard. Oh well. We ain't hitting hard no more. Igus legs version 100. What? Give me them legs, yo. The ultimate prototype leg parts for Igus. That's pretty cool to find that right there.
They taught me. I'll make them sorry.
I bet you will, but jeez.
There's one
I
enemy.
failed to finish it off.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, mine was Maraku Kaja. Mine was a different one,
Did you see that, Shinji?
I guess. That's right. Yeah, it was not Mataru. So yeah, mine was a different one. So what's Masuku Kaja? Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Is Masuku Kaja the evade one? Alright. The last dead end is down there. Are you ready? Yeah. Dodge hit. Okay. Oh, here we go.
Is this the deepest part of the abyss of time?
You think? It's no different than the rest of the ones we've seen.
But that fits logically. Which means the Abyss's origin, the reason for the time skips, is here.
Oh, there's something I had to tell you all. It was in the papers about the Abyss of Time I mentioned before.
Did you find something?
If the report is correct, this place came into existence as a reaction to the creation of Tartarus.
Oh, I completely magically forgot to tell you this super important detail when I found out about it hours ago. Good job, Fuka. You do well.
A reaction?
The gigantic tower rising so high left a gigantic hole in its place. That's the Abyss.
Does that mean they've known about this place for 10 years?
They decided it would be harmless if left alone, since it would probably disappear with Tartarus. But it also said that since the Abyss is just a byproduct, there should be no shadows in it.
Wait a sec. There's a friggin' ton of shadows here. And if it was supposed to go poof along with Tartarus, why are we standing in it now? Did they forget a decimal place or something?
Yeah, they forgot one.
No, their logic makes sense. What was supposed to vanish is still here because of some force. One side's removal caused an imbalance.
What could that force be?
Who knows? Maybe it's somewhere down here. One thing's certain, though. It's deeply connected to all of you.
What's up with that? What the hell did we do to deserve this?
Well, there's another door. If that's here, then maybe...
What's going on? Is that the big reason behind all this?
If we leave out Igus, Metis, and me, whose past is left?
Hey, yeah. Who else was there that had powers like ours?
Who cares? There's no use speculating with it staring us in the face. We'll know once we open it.
Whatever that reason is, it's strong enough to keep the Abyss of Time from disappearing. And we've come to erase that reason. We could be in for a battle. We should be very prepared before entering.
She's right. This appears to be our goal. Don't worry, we can do this.
I am...
You're... Wait! Please, wait! No! Don't go!
I promised to protect you. I dedicated my life to that purpose. But I can't fulfill that purpose anymore. There's nothing more I can do. Can I continue to live this way? Does my life have a meaning? If so, I wish I could return to being a mere machine.
Huh? That's the cause?
Don't look at me.
But, well... I didn't expect that we'd get to see him again, although he did have his back turned.
Indeed.
What's it mean? That looked like it was Igus's memory. What kind of a clue is that? Igus didn't have to awaken to her persona abilities, right?
No, she did. She awakened to the special power he had. Igus, what was that? When did it happen?
I always woke up to that. It was so painful to lose him. I withdrew into my room, unable to do anything. For a while, I did nothing but chase after him in my dreams. Igus.
sister.
But after a while, I stopped dreaming entirely. It felt like a weight on my chest lightened and fell off. That must have been the last of the dreams I had. But I don't see what that has to do with my awakening.
Sister, are you still in pain? The person we saw, he's the one who had the same kind of power as you, isn't he?
So that's the big cause of all this? That didn't explain anything.
Don't you get it? What we saw was only my sister's memory. But all of you want to see him again, right? Then the answer is obvious.
What's that supposed to mean?
What I said at the start was right all along. The fastest way to solve this would be to eliminate all of you.
So, that means that figure we keep seeing is...
Wait, something's wrong.
What the? Just as I thought. It's coming. The monster that's taken the shape of your regrets.
Is that?
You gotta be kidding. That can't be.
This is the reason for everything. From the Abyss of Time's failure to disappear to the presence of shadows. This was born from all of you.
Okay. Okay.
This is our regrets given form.
So a few things. One, Yukari really frustrates me. I wish they didn't bring her back. I really don't like her in this at all. She drives me insane to no end. Like, I really don't like Junpei. But I like Junpei like 30 times more in the answer than I like Yukari. I just want Aigis or Metis to just like backhand the crap out of her, because she really annoys me. Second thing, I thought it was interesting the shadow stood up behind Aigis when she was sitting on the ground at the end of that flashback. That makes me wonder if that's Metis, like if it's a shadow of her thing taking form or something. I don't know, but I figured that guy wasn't real, but that makes sense that the Abyss of Time is there, that the imbalance would be from all of them because they miss the main character, and the only way that they can still have him around is if there's shadows to fight and somewhere to go. And so that's where the Abyss of Time came from, so that way they can stay in there and just they constantly chase after him. I like that. That's good. Okay, and so now let's kill our former character. Shadow Regret form. Whatever. Dark Link. However you want to call it.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Persona!
Whoa, he's got a lot of health. Oh boy.
Watch it. Light won't work on the enemy.
Okay. So Pierce doesn't work either.
This ends now! Persona!
I wonder who he's gonna summon. Wait, that's Aigis' old persona.
Dina.
Yeah. That was interesting.
I need your help!
Don't mess with me.
This ends now! Ah! Pierce attacks aren't working!
Why would she do that? I just had it scanned to show that that wouldn't work. What?
I need your help!
Don't overdo it.
I command thee! Persona!
High counter, yeah.
I need your help!
I won't lose.
This ends now! Persona!
Uh-oh. Caesar. Uh-oh.
The hell? That's Caesar.
It's a good thing we're strong to lightning. That didn't seem to really work that time fully, though. Okay.
Persona!
So that means we're gonna get hit with ice soon.
Don't mess with me. Electricity doesn't seem to work on it.
Of course not anymore. That means ice should knock him down. Nope, it just does a lot of damage though. There we go.
All right, sister. Let's get him!
Uh-oh.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
I need your help!
Don't overdo it.
Watch it. Light won't work on the enemy.
Never does.
I command thee! Persona! Persona!
Don't overdo it.
This ends now!
Nice, nice, nice. Please crit him again. That was great. Oh, that didn't work. That's okay. Now the persona's changed. Niflheim!
Metis is unconscious.
Yo!
No, Artemisia!
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
I don't want to get hit with that. That would be bad. Let's just try to kill him real quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and get him out. Sorry, Metis. You're gonna have to stay dead. I'm sorry. It's fine. No, come on. Mitsuru, you're killing me here.
Be careful. It's
See, ice don't even want to work. Okay. Holy crap.
Persona!
I wish Mitsuru knew that move. Those final attacks OP, eh? Just a little bit. Phase 1 done. E. A.
We did it.
That was the monster born from us? But it was...
Yes, its powers and form were familiar, but it was a shadow.
You are correct.
Wait, but that makes no sense. Persona users are supposed to beat shadows, right?
That was seriously creepy. Yeah, it was.
What are you talking about? Don't tell me you've been fighting them this whole time without knowing. Personas and shadows are the same thing. That's why you're able to fight them in the first place.
What? We're all shadows? Oh, personas and shadows. Wait, what? Hold on.
Did you all think that shadows were mysterious invaders or something? Shadows are the lower parts of the psyche everyone has. Suppressed human thoughts given physical form. When people are unable to face their darker selves, they break loose, free from all control. But sometimes, humans with special awareness can tame their shadows. Those are persona users.
Okay. So we just have stronger psyches, so we can control ours. Whereas the others, they just let them run loose and then they end up in these areas.
So personas and shadows, they're the same thing, just different names?
If someone was able to create my sister and myself, wouldn't he have had to understand this?
All those people lost their lives.
Then, the reason for all this is our personas?
The shadow's power affects time and even space. Through your personas, your unspoken desires were manifested. You can't stand to see time move on. You don't want to accept your loss of someone precious. It was by each of your wishes that time stopped moving forward.
Makes sense.
As a result, you became trapped here.
So we trapped ourselves. It's almost funny.
It is kind of humorous. I like that twist.
Whatever the reason was, we beat that thing. We won. That should solve all this, right?
Yes, that is correct. If we return to the dorm, we may be able to go outside.
Whoa, what's this? When did I...
Is this a key?
You should be able to leave using those keys. Once you make it